Now, veteran entertainer and activist Charlie Boy has publicly criticized the Bariga Local Council Development Area in Lagos State for renaming the Charlie Boy bus stop after popular rapper Olamide. The Bariga LCDA, as part of a broader initiative to honor notable individuals, renamed several streets and landmarks, including changing Charlie Boy bus stop to Bado bus stop after Olamide's nickname, eliciting a flurry of reactions. Let's take a look.
Ilaje Road will now be called King Sunny Ade Road. Ajidagon Street will now be called Olamide Adedeji Bado Street. That means that Charlie Boy bus stop will now be changed to Bado bus stop. No more Charlie Boy.
No more Charlie Boy.
Why the need for
I don't know
no more
Charlie
Charlie Boy?
Boy.
You will know the kind of mindset behind
This is it. But you know that Charlie Boy will respond now. He did now, of course, on X. Charlie Boy, in a post on X, stated that renaming the bus stop was a deliberate attempt to erase his decades of activism and social defiance. He stated that the bus stop earned its name organically from the people due to his consistent fight for them, not through political patronage. He also emphasized that while physical signs can be changed, his legacy, which he says is carved into the history of Nigeria and etched into the minds of those who still dare to question authority, cannot be erased. Of course, the renaming of the streets and landmarks in Lagos has sparked mixed reactions, including from activist Omoyele Sowore, who described it as a politically and ethnically motivated vendetta by the APC government. Sowore characterized the renaming of the Charlie Boy bus stop as cynical and spiteful, describing it as an attempt to rewrite history and silent dissent while discrediting opposing voices. The activist made these comments in a social media post, adding that the actions were vindictive, haphazard, and laced with ethnic undertones aimed at targeting specific ethnic groups, punishing political opponents, and erasing legacy. Also, human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, condemned the trend of renaming streets and bus stops in Lagos State, deeming it unconstitutional, illegal, and authoritarian. Falana emphasized that the power to name roads, streets, and houses lies exclusively with local government councils, as stipulated in the fourth schedule of the 1999 Constitution. He criticized the renaming of Charlie Boy bus stop to Bado bus stop, arguing that the original name was organically given by local communities due to Charlie Boy's societal contributions. Renaming it without community consultation, he stated, was disrespectful and, of course, like he highlighted, authoritarian. Go ahead, Rufai on fire.
Yes, so I have a lot to say because I had to do some digging. At first, and you see, that's why I keep saying we should not divide this country. Mm-hmm. This country is beautiful and blessed. Why was it that it was after the skirmishes that happened after the political season in the last elections in Lagos, all of this started? Because it's not only in this Bariga area. There was another one too in another local government in Lagos that a lot of names were changed. Secondly, I dug deep, Oji. That place used to be called Second Pedro. There was no official naming that made the place Charlie Boy in the first place. So you removing a name that was not official shows spite. There was no official naming. How did that place come about? I dug deep. I even called Charlie Boy in this matter. And by the way, he's done another skit where he responded to them. Maybe you play that skit. And he said, because I wanted to get all the empirical facts, he said he moves there in 1989, just before his prominent 1990 album dropped. Yeah. But he did a lot for the people there. He said on his last count, because he used to do endorsement for motorcycle companies and the likes, he said they had given over 2,500 motorcycles to Okada riders and people around there as a form of empowerment. He said there were many people that they paid their school fees there. In fact, he said that some people even opted to change their name to Oputa. Many scholarship schemes, and he helped the area. He was a tenant in that area. He didn't own a house there. Although on the flip side, some people have now started bringing another allegation that he didn't pay rent when he was there and all of that. Mm-hmm. But he said he did all of this because of the joy and passion. He said how he put Bagada on the map. You know, he had one of the most watched shows on Nigerian television. A lot of people don't know that Charlie Boy is one of the godfather of Nigerian TV. Mm-hmm. his Charlie Boy show on TV was highly revered in the 90s. And it was syndicated all over the country. Many TV stations. And he would do his candid camera on the streets around Bagada. So it is sad that this is happening at this point in time. We are supposed to be uniting people.
Yes, this is it.
Not dividing them. In fact, even Dr. Bani SAN made a very strong point around this, that we cannot go on this way. Falcons had made this strong point. Guess what the people that renamed it, they even got DJ on the street to be telling people that you must call it Bado bus stop. For what?
It will take a while.
We can't build a society this way. Give Charlie Boy his flowers. You see, he might be somebody that is at a side that you don't like today, does not mean that you should erase his legacy.
No more Charlie Boy. That's what he said.
Well,
Dr. Abati, Falana also highlighted the contradiction of Lagos State retaining colonial-era street names associated with oppression while replacing names honoring positive Nigerian contributors. He called for an end to arbitrary renamings, urging local government legislative arms to institutionalize public hearings and legal processes for such decisions. I mean, talking about the fact that we still have pre-colonial era names on our streets, and they're worried about renaming Charlie Boy bus stop.
Okay, let me first talk about some of those historical routes. There are some routes on the island that are named after, colonial figures.
Correct.
Now, over time, the Lagos State local government areas, they've changed most of those names. But the lesson from it is that some of those roads, some people are used to the old names. They have refused to switch. I think one example will be Kingsway Road. There are people who still call it Kingsway Road. They have refused to accept that it's now Rewane Road, Alfred Rewane Road. So that's why, the community's memory is important. And the thing about naming is that generally in Africa, there's something called naming and naming systems. We give names for a purpose. And so when you change names, you wipe out history. You wipe out part of the people's memory process, or what we call remembering process, in the literature. That's number one. And Mr. Falana says, well, the community should have been consulted. So even if we change the names, the people will remember. The third point that Mr. Falana made is about the constitutionality of it. In 2002, this was an issue. When the Lagos State government, under the leadership of the present president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, decided to create 30 SCDAs, or is it 37 SCDAs. And the matter went all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court ruled that, okay, states can create SCDAs, but what is recognized for Lagos in the Constitution is 20 local governments.
Yes.
You can collect money for your 20 local councils and go and share whatever you call the additional this thing, but you will not take more than what is in the Constitution.
Yes.
And that has been the situation. They have these SCDAs. And Falana SAM's point is that the local governments in Nigeria are listed, they are recognized in the first schedule of the Constitution. And those local governments, they are 774. Those additional LCDAs in Lagos, they are not listed. And to that extent, he says it is not constitutional. Now, the other issue here is that is the point made by Monday Ubani SAN and also by Showore, that Lagos is not meant for Yoruba people alone. Lagos is not meant for one ethnic group or one religious group. And he was alleging that there is an ethnic undertone. All these new streets that they have brought, Nice, Soniade, Bado, everybody on that list that they have given names is a Yoruba person. Then they removed Charlie Boy that the people themselves named in honor of Charlie Boy, in recognition of his popularity as a force of resistance defending the interests of the Oipoloi. And then they removed that and said, no more Charlie Boy. The man said so twice. His name is Kolade David. Now, this Kolade David is the outgoing SCDA chairman in Bariga.
Yes.
Now, what he has done, I think he should be ashamed of himself. And I say that advisedly. He's not going to be remembered for the roles that he provided for the people, for local government things that he provided for the people, for his contribution to the Bariga community. He is going to be remembered for his last act, last whimper effort, renaming streets. I don't think that should be a legacy. I don't think that is a legacy that he should be proud of.
This is it.
Because indeed, we will advise the man who is the newly elected chairman of that SCDA that, well, he may consult with the people and consider reversing what this Mr. David has done at the last minute. He was there all this while. He was expected to do more important things. His legacy is renaming of streets. And do you know that they got painters? They started changing the name of Charlie Boy. What kind of incompetence, indolence, is this?
They even got DJ. Exactly, I've not seen it. It's now Alamideva, those streets, you. Don't call it Charlie Boy again. If you call it Charlie Boy, you will see Pepe.
Unfortunate. Dr. Ruben Abati, on fire. Well, all right. Shall we head over to Ghana now, where some Ghanaians staged a protest in Accra, the country's capital, over the weekend, demanding the immediate expulsion of Nigerians from Ghana using the slogan, "Nigerians must go." The demonstrators blamed Nigerians for rising insecurity and criminal activities in the country, expressing fears that continued Nigerian presence threatens public safety and quality of life. Let's take a look.
We want Nigerians to go back to their country. Ghana is for us. Ghana is not for any foreigner. No Igbo man can come to this country and intimidate us. This country belongs to us. President Mahama, you came for Ghanaians. You said Ghana first. You said you came for the youth. Please take action now. Thank you.
Your country. We love our small Ghana. We don't need you. Nigerian people, you are wicked. Go. We don't need you. Nigeria must go.
We are begging you guys. There is a lot going on in Ghana. We've kept quiet for so long, and it is time we have a review.
This was quite strange to watch Vimbai. The protesters also questioned, heavy Nigerian presence in Ghana despite ECOWAS agreements and called for urgent action to restore safety. The protest followed earlier calls for a Nigeria Must Go demonstration in Ghana planned for July 19th. However, the protest had been cancelled due to a lack of police support. There was also controversy surrounding the installation of Eze Chukwudi Ihenetu as the Eze Ndi Igbo Ghana, meaning the king of Igbo people in Ghana, which sparked intense public debate across Ghana. The controversy intensified when images and videos of Eze Ihenetu's lavish palace in Accra, adorned with regal emblems, circulated online. This development raised questions about sovereignty, cultural identity, and boundaries of foreign community leadership within the country. In response to the opera, the Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers reportedly moved to abolish the use of Eze Ndi Igbo title by Igbo leaders residing outside Igbo land. In a communique, the council introduced Onyendu Ndi Igbo, meaning leader of Igbos, as the new official title for Igbo leaders in foreign lands or outside Nigeria. Vimbai, a quick comment on this.
Okay, I'll do my best. When I saw this, it obviously reminded me of what happens incessantly in South Africa. Initially, we called it xenophobia, which is a traditional term that we have for when people are, when people segregate against another, not necessarily race, but people from a different place. It later evolved to Afrophobia, which is when Africans have segregational behavior towards other Africans, and that's what we see happening here in Ghana. The Afrophobia is around illegal activities that they feel are perpetuated by Nigerians in their communities, which is exactly the same case that happened in South Africa. South Africans would say that the Nigerians in South Africa are illegal, they're responsible for drug trafficking, they're responsible for human trafficking, prostitution, you name it. But you know what the irony of this is that when you look at South Africa now, now, over the past 2 weeks, the headlines have been awash with the fact that the Minister of Police has been relieved of his duties. They've basically discovered a huge drug cartel within the police force, senior rank of the police force, and within the Ministry of Police as well. What does this show you? It goes to show you that, yes, there's illegal activity. Yes, there are some bad eggs. However, to attribute all of the illegal activity to one nationality in a country is wrong. And now you see this happening next door in Ghana, and the difference between Ghanaians and Nigerians is very minimal. They're closer in likeness than you would say Nigeria and South Africa, for example. And of course, Nigerians must go is an echo of that chant from 1983 under President Shagari. However, that was different because it was a mass deportation of illegal immigrants. This one is I'm calling it Afrophobia, because these are people that they have neither identified as illegal or convicted as criminals, who they are saying that it must be Nigerians. If there's ill in our society, it must be Nigerians, which is very wrong. I think it's very important for us to condemn Afrophobia in its deepest sense, because as Africans, if we cannot create room for each other under these imaginary borders that the white man came and created for us, then where are we going? Because truly, these are imaginary borders. They came on a ship.
Nigeria must go. Where? To where are we going? We're not going anywhere. We're going to be there with you in your country in Ghana. Nigerians have been settling in Ghana way back the 20s and the 30s. In fact, one of the biggest markets in Ghana is named Mokola, after a lot of Nigerians that went out there. All of this started as a political gimmick in the 60s when Kofi Bosia had this Ordinance Act to remove illegal migrants. A lot of Nigerians were removed. In 83, Nigerians still had a lot of problems with the economy. We blame illegal migrants. So we pushed Ghanaians out. But does this settle the matter? No. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, what lies before us and what lies behind us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. A lot lies within us, Nigerians and Ghana. Where are we going to push ourselves? Famous Ghanaian journalist Komla Dumo lived and grew up in Nigeria at some point. The current Nigerian president, Ghanaian president, lives around Kwara State in Nigeria.
All right.
The same too can be said for many Nigerians out there in Ghana. What we should do is, how can we collectively fight the perpetrators of evil and the vice and solve it? That's the question. And this matter that they're escalating, in fact, the AZ has come out to say that he means nothing of such. What they just did was they went to whip up sentiment from an old interview of something that never existed. Right. And he has clarified that. So we cannot allow this. Nigerians are not going anywhere. We must come together and make our country work. Nigeria is also adding to the economy of Ghana, just like some Ghanaians are adding to the economy of Nigeria.
All right.
Our common enemy is the West that has destroyed all of us, that have drawn artificial borders. We're not going anywhere.
All right, we have to take our
history has a way of repeating itself. First, as a tragedy, subsequently as a farce. But in this particular case, we can just play safe and say history just has a way of repeating itself. In 1954, the Ghanaians expelled Nigerians from Ghana. They did so again in 1959. In 1959, Togo expelled people from Côte d'Ivoire and Dahomey from Togo. That culture of intolerance among people we know as West Africans. In 1975, ECOWAS was established, was founded. Now, the part of the idea of ECOWAS is to allow the free movement of goods and services. But this has not really happened in the real sense of it, because that ideal has not really percolated to the people. In 1983, under Shehu Shagari, president at the time, there were people who were called illegal aliens. And Ghanaians were asked to leave Nigeria. Many Ghanaians have come here to benefit from the oil boom in Nigeria. At the time, they had economic crisis in Ghana. So that was the origin of the word Ghana must go. Yes. Now they are saying Nigeria must go. So there's still a lot to be done in terms of integration and togetherness, and to realize the dreams of the founding father of ECOWAS.
Well said, Dr. Abati. We'll take our good news report now. Celebrating Nigeria's victory at Rabat's Olympic Stadium in Morocco over the weekend, as the Super Falcons of Nigeria defeated the hosts Morocco to claim their record-extending 10th Women's Africa Cup of the Nations title. In a dramatic final, Nigeria came from 2 goals down to win the tournament with a 3-2 victory. The hero of the match, Jennifer Echegini, scored the winning goal in the 88th minute, completing a stunning second-half turnaround and sealing Mission 10 for Nigeria.
Okoronkwo against Murichi. Okoronkwo sends her the wrong way. Nigeria right back in it. Still Okoronkwo with an opportunity for her second. Squares the ball. Nigeria are right back in it. Ijami Lucy. We get another one. And again, Okoronkwo with the left foot. Floated up. Running onto it. They've got a third. Nigeria are about to pull off a massive turnaround. Okoronkwo's free kick. It's a go. 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 Oh, it's a go. This is a go. It's a go. It's a go.
I mean, this was the moment to remember. I mean, they have really made Nigeria proud. Of course, Esther Okoronkwo was the star of the match with 1 goal and 2 assists and was named Player of the Match, while Super Falcons captain Rasheedat Ajibade was named the best player of the tournament for her overall influential performance and leadership. Additionally, Super Falcons goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie secured the Goalkeeper of the Tournament award, having conceded only 2 goals in open play throughout the competition. The Nigerian team also received the Fair Play Award. Phenomenal. Anyways, there was a trending tweet right after. Of course, you know our president. Commander-in-Chief.
Give
not
them the
disappointed.
mission, they did it.
All right, let me read his tweet there. He wrote, "They chose to accept this mission. They understood the assignment. Our superior Super Falcons delivered in true Nigerian fashion. Never say never. They went. They saw. They have conquered again. 10-time champions of Africa. Mission X, Mission 10, complete." Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in a now viral video, promised that he would host the Super Falcons following their historic victory. In a video call with the team, the president again congratulated the Super Falcons on securing their record 10th continental title and expressed immense pride in their achievement, stating that they had lifted the nation's spirits. Let's take a look.
Very proud of you. The entire nation is proud of you. You lifted our spirit and pride to the old generation, and we are all very, very happy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for the payment. We appreciate you, sir, and we're coming to give you the trophy when we get back, sir. Thank you.
Good. I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you, sir.
This was fantastic. I love that the team captain, Rasheedat Ajibade, thanked the president for approving the full payments of the players' allowances and confirmed the team's eagerness to present him with the AFCON trophy in Abuja. Of course, I'm starting with your favorite Nigeria. Really quickly before I take this one.
You know, I think we've said a lot already around this victory, how exciting it is, how inspiring it is, especially because there were reports that the Moroccan fans were using lasers on them at some point during the match. So just imagine being against so many odds stacked up against them. But this team itself is star-studded. You know, these women are women who are already doing well. Rufai already spoke about Michelle Alozie, who's a molecular biologist, I believe, and you know she's excelling in her career as that. You have Chioma Okafor, Ashley Plumtree, who could be playing for Malawi and the UK, respectively, England, respectively, but they're choosing Nigeria. So I think for us, we need to own this victory as much as we can. We need to milk this victory because this is the good news that a lot of us have been waiting for, and a lot of us have been needing to hear in this moment from Nigeria, because we need the inspiration for our young people, especially the young girls, that it may have been a man's world, but not anymore. We're coming.
But of course, I would like to play off the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who has also celebrated the Super Falcons' historic victory. Photos of the First Lady in the kitchen Moments after the Super Falcons' victory went viral over the weekend, the First Lady also placed a video call with the Super Falcons on Sunday, thanking them for clinching their 10th WAFCON trophy in Morocco.
And your victory is not just for you, but for You've done also that hard work pays. You've shown the indomitable spirit of the Nigerian spirit. And you know the popular saying, Nigeria not the carry last.
You know that Nigeria know they carry last. Of course, let me just take one reaction. And I really love this tweet from Shehu Sani. He wrote, 4 things that unites Nigerians. 1, Super Eagles when they are winning. 2, South Africans when they launch xenophobic attacks on Nigerians. 3, our artists when they win a Grammy. 4, Kemi Badenoch when she attacks Rufai on fire. Go on.
He's spot on.
Yes.
I mean, this is very emotional for me. I'm really excited.
Rufai, you tearing up?
Yeah, I mean, I've been an emotional wreck, you know.
Okay.
And I mean, it just shows the greatness of the country. And that's why I said, Audrey, before, when people are now trying to divide us on the lines of politics, they shouldn't do it. I mean, nobody cared where these girls are from. All we know is that they are Nigerians.
Yes.
Nobody cares where Ashley Plumter is from.
Did you see that?
To date, nobody can even tell me the state Ashley Plumter is from in Nigeria.
No need.
No need for that.
Yeah.
But all we know is that they are Nigerians. They went out there to fight for this country. And that's why this country, we cannot give up on this country, because it's worth fighting for.
Yeah.
Because when you think it's all over for Nigeria, there's a way Nigeria comes back and it fights back. And it's that unusual spirit, that can-do spirit, that never say die spirit. When you think, oh, it's all over, this country rallies back. And it's something in the people. It's something in the creed being a Nigerian, something that cannot be dominated, that cannot be quashed. Something that makes us stick, something that makes us turn our trials and tribulation into fun and comedy. Something that makes us excited about the possibility of tomorrow, even when we see hopelessness. Something that speaks forth in the deep genes of every Nigerian, that makes that Nigerian proud. From the east to the west, from the plateau to the Niger, that thing that keeps all of us going on, irrespective of our differences. And that's what makes us stick in this country.
Fantastic.
Because we know that we are not perfect, but we know we are whole.
All right, Dr. Vati.
And that's what makes us Nigeria. And that's what was exemplified here.
I love that. Well done.
If only our leaders would get this.
A quick sum up.
Okay, in addition to all the things I had said this morning with the Super Falcons, I think this should motivate government, either at the federal level or the subnational level, to continue to invest more in women's football. We have seen that women's football, either in Europe or now in Africa, provides great opportunities for young ladies. And there will be many young ladies out there in Nigeria and elsewhere who will be inspired by the kind of brilliance, by the kind of creativity that we have seen at this year's edition, at the 2024 WAFCON in Casablanca. And, you know, whether the team is from Morocco or from South Africa or from Ghana, look at the quality of play, the tactical display, the confidence, and then the never say die spirit of the Nigerian team. It wasn't as if they found it easy. No. It wasn't easy playing the South Africans. It wasn't easy playing the Moroccans. But at the end of the day, as we say in sports, may the better team win. Another award that I think they should have given the Nigerian team has to do with the fairness, the sportsmanship that the Super Falcons demonstrated in their match against South Africa. Gabriela Salgado of the Banyana, you know, was injured. She had to be rushed to the hospital. Do you know that the following day, the entire Super Falcons team went to see her at the hospital at the Mohammed VI University Hospital to show solidarity, and the NFF also wrote her. So it's not about rivalry, it's about good spirit. And I think that sportsmanship, that, good spirit, that was demonstrated is something, again, that the Super Falcons and their managers should be commended for.
Well said, well said. I want to re-echo First Lady of Nigeria's comments again. Nigeria, no, they carry last. Well, all right.
Added $1 million to our GDP.
$1 million to our GDP. That's what the Super Falcons are going to share. Well done. Well, all right. We'll take another story now. Former Governor of Rivers State and Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, was honored over the weekend with a Doctor of Science degree from the University of Port Harcourt. Wike, who is an alumnus of Uniport, was recognized for his significant contributions to public service, urban development, and infrastructural transformation. A video featuring the minister joyfully dancing and celebrating the honor has gone viral. Let's take a look. Honorary doctorate degree. He's dancing. Hey, Dr. Abati, you were asking me where is his band. They were performing now. He doesn't go anywhere without his band.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for as he dey sweet us, he go dey pain them. But in any case, I think a minor error there. Yeah. He didn't attend Uniport. Yeah. I think he attended Rivers State University of Science and Technology.
Everywhere it says Uniport.
However, he's been honored. It's a good thing. He has every reason to be happy, having been recognized for whatever he's been able to do. However, there are people who also hold the view that these doctoral honors, are given to just about anybody, who can support the university. And I think that these universities, I'm not talking about Uniport, just generally, just need to, ensure standards, and not just that, you give honorary awards to either politicians or people who occupy government positions. The third point is that everyone that gets a degree, either DSc, D.Lit, should know that it's called honoris causa. It's a honorary thing. So one of the problems you have in Nigeria is that when somebody gets a degree, honoris causa, they go about calling themselves doctor. No, in Ghana, the Ghanaian authorities have to issue a statement to say that, look, if you have DSc, DBA, D.Lit, whatever honoris causa, don't go about calling yourself doctor, so. Because a PhD is earned. So don't just say because you have a ceremonial certificate, which of course says you are a prominent member of society, you are making contribution, but don't go about saying I'm doctor this, doctor that. That's very ridiculous.
All right.
Within the academy.
I like that. We know we've been trying to take.
Wike attended Uniport for first degree political science.
It's everywhere. Yes, correct.
But I saw. I'd always thought he attended Rivers State.
He's an alumnus. Thanks for that.
Of Uniport?
Yes, Dr. Abati, that's the story out there. Well, all right. I mean, this was fun to watch. Do you want to say something, and I'll quickly take this other story?
For Dr. Wike?
Yes, Dr. Wike.
No, let me talk something.
You want to leave violence for Dr. Wike.
Dr. Wike has danced now. He has danced now.
Vimba, you want to say something?
Yes. See how far you've brought me.
Are we serious people here?
Truly, see how far. That's the song he was dancing to.
Dr. Wike.
See how far he is.
But I mean, Dr. Abati has really hit the nail on the head. You can't be celebrating.
Yes. Intellectual. You are too serious for my liking sometimes, Dr. Abati. Please, as from today,
Yes.
I must have to mandate you.
Yes.
You must call him Dr. Yesom Wike. Failure to do so,
yes,
there will be consequences.
All right. All right, Dr. Rufai. You know that you're a doctor too. Dr. Rufai.
I don't come on.
Well,
so, guys, you have seen what is happening in Yoruba land. Since Tinubu came into power, you know, ethnicity has just been, let me say, the only strategy that people are using during elections. Now that election is drawing near, they've decided to go against the Igbos. Some of the Igbo bus stops are being changed, you know. They are like, Igbos should go. Like, there are protests going on in Ghana against the Igbos. Then when you come to Lagos, your own country, to Nigeria, they are telling the Igbos to go. You know, since Tinubu lost in Lagos 2023 presidential election, Lagos has not known peace in terms of, you know, coexistence between the Igbos and the Yorubas. That relationship has not worked. I mean, we all saw what many Igbo businesses went through. Those of them that bought land, built houses, or even bought houses and moved into those houses. Some of them, they were asked to quit while those structures were being pulled down. And to even worsen it up, some of them were not even told that, you know, those structures were going to be coming down. Some people would say they just gave them 2 hours to vacate their properties so that they bring down the houses. I mean, people have gone through a lot under the Tinubu's government. And I just keep wondering, like people will say the Igbos should go there. It's just that the Southeast currently, it's not very convenient for businesses. You know, people are running out of the Southeast. It's becoming more isolated with the insecurity down there that was created by the government since Nnamdi Kanu was held. You know, they've not been peace. And now people say, release him so that there'll be calmness. At least when he talks to these people, they will listen. But they say they don't want to release him. How do you then expect the Southeast to experience peace? This is a region that does not have any railway, does not have seaports, does not even have good international airports. You deprive them of everything just to keep the Igbos down. You deprive them of everything. Some people will tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is in jail today because Igbo leaders want him to be there. Some people will tell you the North are the people working against Nnamdi Kanu's release and all that. This is a country that people say, we want to go, we want to be Biafran. They say, no, don't be Biafran, let's stay together. And you are not still creating that room for people to stay together. So, guys, I don't know what you make of this renaming of bus stops and all that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.